All right, let's put you in a situation here. Welcome back. New day, new me. I'm doing fine. Just a bit of a story time / rant today, bringing it back old school. So you're in a situation here. A company recommends you buy a certain product, not made by them, but they recommend it. And then an influencer recommends a different one. Which one would you choose? The influencer's recommendation or the company's? I'd say most people, 9 times out of 10, would probably choose the influencers, mostly because, well, that's a person and they have just a bit more faith in the person rather than the company. Maybe that's just the millennial speaking in me, but that's very much how I think. Now, obviously, it does really depend on the influencer. You know the type I'm going to talk about here. The ones that used to be on Love Island or some reality TV show and then just say yes to every possible money opportunity that comes into their inbox, and they'll shill tea that makes you poop yourself as long as they can make an extra buck at the end of the day. Obviously, if they're going to recommend something, I'm going to go the exact opposite direction of anything in any brand that they recommend. Sure. And I will be honest, as someone who's in this field myself, I also get just a bit judgmental when I come across a YouTuber I respect. I watch a lot of their content, and then they shill something like the established titles thing, which is just a known scam. We all knew that was a scam. I've got the emails for that. But I also don't view my audience as idiots that are just an easy way for me to get a quick buck. And so I just kind of view people that promote that as someone who doesn't really care at the end of the day about what they're saying. They just assume everyone will skip it. I assume people will skip adverts. Listen, I'm a normal person. I skip adverts too. But also, at the end of the day, I've chosen specific ones because I find them interesting. Like, don't get me started on YouTubers that promote the whole art as an investment brand. It's basically like, hello, I think you're stupid. I would never do this because I understand financially this is a stupid decision, but a company paid me to tell you. Ugh, Evan, why are you talking about this? What's all this? Actually, it's about glasses. Now, I did get a comment recently from an optometrist in my comment section that said, Evan, those glasses are broken. I know. Listen, they looked so good on me the first 2 weeks I owned them, but then I was shooting a music video for my friend Noah, and as someone who, really likes to make sure the shot's good, put my eye in the viewfinder, take the glasses off, put them by, the bassist crunched them. I tried to get them fixed, but for the most part, they were dead. I've just been dealing with it, but I figured now's a good time to get an actual new pair of glasses. Now, when it comes to how am I going to make this decision on frames, on lenses, I do what I always do. A hella amount of research, and YouTube is the place that I usually go. I go search YouTube first to see if there's any video ways of me learning about the best types of lenses on the market, and you're like, really? Lenses? Well, listen, I'm interested in transitions, in the photochromic lenses that change into sunglasses when you go outside in the sun, and then they go clear on the inside. And you might be saying, Evan, those aren't cool. Listen, so many people online, you look on Reddit, people just say, those are lame. I don't care, okay? At this point, they're so useful. I had them for a good 4 years, and they weren't too great. I was a bit frustrated that anytime I wanted a photo of myself and I was mildly outside, you couldn't really see my beautiful blue eyes. But then again, I realized, when I'm normally outside and I'm not wearing those types of glasses, I look like one of the cast of the Pirates of the Caribbean. How's it going? I just have incredibly light-sensitive blue eyes. And so if it is mildly sunny out there, I'm winking at you, and it's not what you think. So, at the end of the day, I have to make a decision here. Do I want to carry around a pair of sunglasses with me at all times and then constantly switch them so that I can stay up with fashion? No. And the fun fact is, transition lenses, the photochromic lenses, have gotten so much better over the years. So maybe the lenses that I had, which were kind of okay, have improved. Turns out, yes, I found a YouTuber who's an optometrist based in Minnesota who's also a YouTuber, because there's a niche for everything. That's what I love about YouTube. I make different things, videos on different topics and such, but some people really get a niche, and it's just so useful when you're trying to learn stuff. So I watch 4 or 5 of his videos, and I'm like, okay, I feel well-researched now. I'm gonna get this specific type of transition lenses, the Essilor Transition Generation 8, maybe the extra active if I plan on driving. I'm ready to go. I then think, where should I go to get these glasses? And I'm thinking, well, I used to support my local optometrist in Chiswick on the high road, so I thought this gives me a nice excuse to go back to Chiswick, go for a run in Gunnersbury Park, go play mini golfing, hang out with some friends. Oh, the old stomping grounds. I check on the website. They've got the exact transition lenses I'm hoping for. This is good. This is good. So I go on in, I get my eyes tested, and don't worry, I passed. I had a pretty good experience, but then it comes over to the weird part. Okay, now it's time for me to pick my frames. Now, I've lived long enough to know what my face shape looks like. Giant misshapen egg. Yes, I get it, okay? I know what type of glasses work with my face. I've had multiple friends that work in the industry to try and help me out. It's this essential round shape. Not too long, not too stout, not Harry Potter, just the nice in between, looks the best. I'm very explicit with this. I know exactly what I want. This is the exact shape I want. Well, the sales associate shows me a lot of really name brand luxury brands to be like, what about these ones that are nothing like what you wanted? And I'm like, I'm too British at this point just to say, clearly not. So I just put them on and go, surprise, surprise. They don't look good. I then try on some other ones. I finally come to a pair that looks exactly like these. Yeah, listen, I know they work. I just want to get ones that don't look broken. And then we move on to the section where we talk about what type of lens fittings. Do I want the transition type things? And I say, oh yes, here's where I'm researched. You see, I've watched a couple YouTube videos on the topic, and I'm pretty sure I want the Essilor Transitions Generation 8. Do you got them? And she went, no. And I was like, what? And she went, we have these. And she pulls out this box that these are much better. We recommend these brands so much better. And I was like, well, but the website said that you had them. And she went, well, sorry, these are the ones we have, and they're much better. So there you go. And I was like, oh, well, because I've done some research on YouTube, I've already kind of made up my mind when I walked into the store on which ones I was going to get. Now that there's this new thing that I guess I didn't research enough, I've never heard of this brand, I'm going to have to probably go home, do some extra research, and I'll be back. This was like flipping a switch. She went from saleswoman to sales AI. It completely changed her mood. She was then like, oh, well, you can't learn everything from YouTube. You know, there's some stuff that only I will know. Did you know, for instance, that the people that make these lenses, they stopped by our office yesterday. So we get to have a one-on-one conversation with them. That's the type of information you can get from me and not from YouTube. And I was like, I don't know if that's like a barometer of trust though. Like, do I really care if a salesperson came in to tell you information about the lenses? I'm pretty sure I can get that information from the internet. It's not necessarily special to you. But then I'm still like, listen, I'm just a bit uncomfortable. I don't think, you know, I just like to research stuff. I just want to know. And so she then, I don't know what happened here. She then pulls out a box and goes, oh, well, we have the exact ones you want. The Transitions Generation 8. Well, where were they? What? And she just whisked me away like, oh, let's do a demo. We go outside and we watch the lenses change. And she's like, see, this is the stuff that you'd never get from a YouTube video. And she's showing me them changing colors. And I'm thinking to myself, does this woman not know video cameras exist? The YouTuber in question, Mr. Optometrist from Minnesota, he did this demo on a video. Can you believe it? You can record this type of thing? And so I'm just thinking, why? I was also very explicit in saying I'm a photographer, I'm a videographer. Color is very important to me, so I do not want any sort of tint that is like green or brown or blue. But she just kept being like, look how nice the green looks on you. And I was like, no. It will affect my work. And the blue light filter, I can't have any of that. But it was almost like none of that mattered. She was just trying to push this specific thing. And I ended up having to leave and being like, I'm really sorry, I'll make up my decision later. But it really started to make me feel weird. Like I came off like someone that was like, hi. So I've done an hour of research and now I know how to do your job. And I know way more about this field. I don't. I'm not that guy. I like learning a lot of new things. And the lenses that she recommended very well could have been so much better than the ones that the YouTuber recommended. And maybe he was just unaware of it. And so was I. And in fact, upon further research, they're pretty comparable. There's not really that big of a difference between the ones that he recommended and not. It's just one is bigger in the UK market and the other is not. It's just that this YouTuber, I was wondering, do I have some sort of parasocial relationship this fast? Is this just the millennial in me going, big YouTuber guy, I trust him? Well, no, I just think he doesn't really have a sell. It's not like he's trying to be like, hey, I'm giving you this information so you can, I don't know, visit my practice in Minnesota. No, that's not really his aim. He's just educating. He's making money off of the ads and such, but this is the type of content, this is the type of person I vibe with. It also doesn't help that she kept on putting down YouTube and YouTubers like they don't know what they're talking about. And I'm like, you don't know I've got my camera in my backpack and that's kind of my job. So it's kind of like, you stink. I don't know. It just felt like a really off-putting experience. I now don't have a nice pair of glasses. I had such a good experience with that company last time. And so now I'm like, ugh. It's just, listen, I put the Britishness aside, and at this point, right before I left, I'd asked her, between you and me, are you making more money on commission on the ones that you're recommending? Because why else would you just not have them until randomly at the last second? She was like, no, not at all. It's just that we really recommend these going forward as the tech is the best. And I'm like, but then why would you lie? I feel like if you had just been honest, clearly a customer comes in with the exact make and model of what he wants. You can be like, you know what? That's a good brand. However, we really do recommend these if you haven't researched them. And then I would have been like, oh, okay. And then she would have said, we also have them, but we recommend maybe doing more research. Boom, you've got a sale, okay? I like to know things. I like to learn things. I don't like to be deceived. At the end of the day, it felt like she wasn't trying to make the best decision for the customer, saying these are better, but was just trying to make money. It doesn't help that she was also promoting all the luxury brand ones, and I'm like, listen, if it looks good on me, that's kind of what I care about, not the extra price tag. So much of that stuff is pretty much just, oh, stupid people, they see big number, they think big quality. Not necessarily. You know, sometimes, not really. I just didn't want to come off like that Ron Swanson gif where he walks into the Lowe's, like home improvement store, and goes, I know more than you. I'm not like that. Unless I'm in an Apple store or Lululemon or something. Besides those two instances, maybe not. I'm someone that always likes to learn. Just was a very weird experience to me to feel like I'm coming off like someone that comes into someone's job and goes, I know more than you. I don't. I just need to get a good pair of glasses so I can see again. And I just wanted to ask you, is this a normal thing? Have you experienced something like this where it just makes you feel like you prefer buying online, or is this just the hardcore millennial in me? I mean, just imagine if after my video from last week, you know, I'm having some sort of burnout breakdown on camera, and then at the end, I'm just like, sniffle, sniffle. Anyway, did you know you can buy my new photographic prints? You'd feel a bit weird. The whole premise of, oh, this is a real thing. He's telling me this from his heart. And then, is this all just a ploy to get you to buy his stuff and give him money? You know, it feels a bit sour. There's a time and a place for certain things, you know? This is really, I decided to make a one-take video because I haven't done one of those in a while, and I'm throwing it back for the easy editing so I can work on the things such as reach back. I actually am going to be releasing my photographic prints. They're for pre-order right now, right? We've got this beautiful one here. They all got names and a full cute little story about when I took the photo, the thing that happened. This one, for instance, is called Morning Afternoon, spelled with a U, because this was actually taken within 5 minutes of the Queen passing by in her casket. This was taken on the day of the funeral, which was really sad. My favorite photo in the series. It's so freaking stunning, this beautiful picture of the old Ben. Then we also got here, boom. I'm gonna show you some nice B-roll of different ones I've got. That one was from San Sebastian. We have a lovely little sunset here with a nice, grade there. And that one's from the beach in Los Angeles. And then if you're a Liverpool fan, I took this from Bold Street the day I had COVID. I took so many of this exact photo out my window because I couldn't leave. And the sky was just so beautiful each and every time. But I spent ages making sure that this one looked the best it possibly could. Probably a niche one if you're a big fan of Liverpool, but I just love the photo so much because of all the activity on the street. And then finally, this one's my favorite in terms of abstract. This one, The Long Road Home. It's almost like an optical illusion. It looks like this little cyclist here in the red jumper is just going up out of the shot. Anyway, those are my photographic prints. They're available for pre-order right now in A3 and A4 size. I wish I could do an A2, maybe for the Big Ben one in the future, but they are going to be a limited edition run. There was, last time I sold these 2 years ago, one of them had fully sold out within 24 hours, just so you're aware. So they come with a certificate of authenticity, they come with lots of other stuff and frills, and I will be signing each and every one of them. And I will very much appreciate you supporting my photography regardless. Now, just wanted to say thank you for stopping in, checking in on me on this little video. I'm doing much better after last week, so thank you so much. Like I said, I feel like I needed to get things out, and then I felt so much better. You know, like when you're feeling nauseous and you chunder in the bathroom, and then you're like, wow, it's gone. Yeah, I feel a lot better. This whole week, I've been so calm. I've been working on long-term goals. My prints are now going for pre-order, possibly to be shipped out starting in June. I also started working on the production. I emailed a guy to get the production done. I finally bit the bullet. I'm really starting to put things together. I feel like I just needed to release into the world things that were upsetting me. And then you guys just had such kind words. I was like, I'm fine. Like I said, bottom of the wave, climbing back to the top. So thanks for the support. As usual, this has been a hodgepodge video, but bringing it back old school to the old one-take vids of my youth. Anyway, I will see you guys next Sunday for a video. I'm keeping up the routine. See you next time. Goodbye. I'm actually turning off the monitor now, so this is authentic.